Another day, another building up. It's Whitsuntide Sunday, and as always on this day, a fair grows up in the middle of the racecourse at Cartmel. By noon, the building up is complete, and tomorrow the holiday races will attract a crowd of many thousands.
This is an almost ideal site, as Showmen would desire, you know. We're where something's happening and it's in pleasant surroundings. Everybody's enjoying themselves on a day out, and it's really nice to take money at a place like this, you know. But all sites aren't like this by any means, I only wish they were. The question of sites is of paramount importance to Showmen, because unless something is done shortly about sites, it's going to drive us out of business. The business isn't dying. The business is being killed by this site problem. And a lot of it, I think, accrues to the motor car. Wherever there's open sites now, and even if it's been used for some time as a fairground, immediately they start using it as a parking plot. It's a car park. Then it suddenly becomes no longer available to the showmen. They forget about the enjoyment it's given to hundreds of thousands of children. The authorities forget that we have a business and we want to be in a premier position, because after all, you never see Woolworths take a site in a back street, do you?
Walter Scott has most of his career as a showman behind him. He has retired to the endless fascination of watching people in his amusement arcade, and passed on the tougher business of running the Dodgems to his son. For an old showman like Walter Scott, almost every fair is an enormous family reunion. His brother Willie has moved in from Kendal with his one-armed bandits. So has his niece, Mrs. Percy Cook, with her dart stall. Her husband has a children's roundabout on the next pitch. Walter Scott's daughter-in-law, Carol, has a chair-a-plane ride. His nephew, Randall Harris, a winner gonk stall. His cousin, Francis Hoadley, a throwing and shooting booth. His niece, Mary Hives, a hoopla stall. His great-niece, Patricia Hill, a shooter ball stall. And his cousin by marriage, Mrs. Pauline Hoadley, a children's roundabout. In fact, almost everyone on the 50 stalls and roundabouts at Cartmel is related in some way to Walter Scott and to each other. The show people of Britain are possibly the largest closely related community in the world, larger than the royal households, more closely related than even the clergy of the Church of England. So, in the long days of midsummer, to Newcastle, whose annual fair is amongst the biggest in the world. This being Tyneside, it begins with a speech.
As an old member of the Town Movement Parks Committee for nearly 20 years, it does give me particular pleasure to open this 1966 fair. And all I've got to say, may I hope that you all have a real good time, that the weather will be kind to you, and that each and every one of you will enjoy yourselves to the utmost. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Robert Albert Green's caterpillar has crawled here by easy stages across the Pennines from Knutsford. The Evans family are here with their wall of death.
Woman and child shall see this most remarkable, thrilling and sensational exhibition.
In fact, almost every family in the fair business is represented by at least an uncle or a cousin.
Have you done any wrestling, son? You look a bit small to me. Come up here a moment, let's have a look at you.
Not counting the gypsies, whose living vans are segregated on the other side of the town moor, there are 300 tenants at Newcastle who have gained their coveted sites by inheritance or by paying several £100s to somebody leaving the business. Not here, much missed and fondly remembered, are Pauline Testo's performing fleas, which died last week.
However, we are hoping to get some more and be able to open it at the weekend. You see, there doesn't seem to be any fleas left in this country now. We get them by advertising, but people either haven't got any or won't admit they have. So we have to get them from abroad, and most of our supplies come from Portugal. If I can get a few within the next few days, I can put on a show, because the more simple things don't take very long, 2 or 3 days, like ballet and drawing carriages and so on, but cycling and the duelists, they take quite a bit longer.
Another inspector at one particular fair, Cambridge as a matter of fact it was, and he went up to one of our side show chaps who had a flea circus, and he said, how long do you work your performers? He said, well, we change them over after each show, you know, we have 2 sets. And thought he was actually kidding, you see, but he wasn't. He said if you hadn't told him that, he was definitely prosecuted. Cruelty to fleas.
We've had all sorts on the booth, challenging all comers. My grandmother used to challenge all comers off the front of the show. Mine, I suppose he shortened her life a little bit. She not to a great age, she only lived to about 85. But they tell me that she was really wonderful. No matter how much they threw punches at her, she could block punches, duck and weave, and they never hardly used to hit her.
The week is the highlight of the year for many show people. Like others who have a day of reckoning with the tax inspector, they're not given to boasting about profits. But this is one place where, in their own modest phrase, they count on taking a bob or two. The site is in the heart of the city. They're open for a solid week of local holidays. They expect 1 million visitors. All they need is good weather. This year, it lasted until the Thursday.
The way things are going on in the future now, the petty restrictions we have against us, we're losing a lot of fairgrounds. And of course, when we lose fairgrounds, they put us in fields where there's an example of it now. This is the sort of thing that is helping to kill the travelling show business, but in my opinion, it'll never die out. And especially with this shorter working week coming out as well. People, when they're going to have 3 days of leisure every week, they've got to find somewhere to go. And the show business, especially the travelling show business, is one entertainment that has lived through it all.
The one and only divulge with the famous dance of the 7 veils. Gentlemen, when the 7th and last veil falls, she will make the shirts on your backs fly up and down, just like a Venetian blind. The hair upon your very head will stand out straight, like the bristles on a porcupine's back.
Boxing, for the boxing fans,